Happy hump day, Wilmington, Ohio, Clinton County, 45177. Lo and behold, I wake up to a hey, look. Um, I kind of read about this. I wasn't going to say much about it, or I did see it was filed. It's a RICO Act charge against the Highland County commissioners, the sheriffs, the prosecutor. I forget everyone who's named in it, but I did read some of the facts, and some of the things seem very legitimate, and some of the things I question, like evidence of these alleged foul acts concerning the prosecutor and their father in 2019. Well, this is 2024, where a sheriff declined the chief deputy to begin an investigation. Um, that's where I'm going to look at this sheriff and say, hey, guess what? Fuck you. I'm going to investigate it. And I would look at this guy. I'm like, why would you decline investigating criminal acts? Does that make you is that are you a criminal too? I mean, this is my thoughts. Anybody, if you're in a position and you go and you've got these crimes and you present them and they're crimes and you have 100% evidence of this, and somebody says no, don't investigate that. Well, that's first and foremost when you question that cat's integrity and his motives and his narratives. And that's when you go around as that officer and say, hey, BCI, I am jumping, my chain of command here. I'm going above this guy because he might be involved too. Because otherwise, why would you not want to begin an investigation on criminal acts? So that's the one. That's the one hump that I see. That's going to take. But this just goes to show you. Or do I think this is a guy who also I see he was running for sheriff? Was he disgruntled that he was removed? Well, then again, this prosecutor and this other sheriff kept knocking him back, suspending him. But that's how they do it, though. Is that what they were doing? Putting him in a foul light. That happens here. Lo and behold, myself and Daryl. So they publicly try to degrade and denounce and do all these horrible things to you to make you look bad, but then all of a sudden, hey, they're right. Our own attorney, when we presented all this stuff, concerning Casey, and I mean that's not his thing, but he read it. He goes, "You weren't wrong." He goes, "This just isn't in my wheelhouse." So I think. I think that RICO might become a multiple county RICO. Who knows? But it's fascinating how that works. And do I think right here in Clinton County that there are some officials that know of some horrible things and that probably has a conscience and that they're sick and tired of living in a foul light, being known as corrupt? I do. And do I think one or many of those people are going to become more dominoes in the effect of this corrupt little agency that we have that's of criminal officials? I do. I really do. I think someone's going to wake up one morning and just get sick of it, if they haven't already. And they're going to be, you know what? I work my butt off all day long, and people think I'm a corrupt. I'm corrupt and I'm bad. But it's really not me. It's my leaders. It's the people that I'm surrounded by that continue living this lie. That continue living in the shadows under criminal acts. And they just can't take it anymore because they're better. It's going to happen, guys. I smell it. I smell it. So RICO Act underway in Highland County. Do I believe it's going to be successful? Yep, I sure do. In fact, I would bet $100. Anybody want to bet $100 that this RICO Act is filing is not successful? I got $100 says it is, because you have a chief deputy that probably knows a lot, a lot. So I would journey to say that there's a lot of people sweating in Highland County now. I would also journey to say that there's probably a lot of people doing the same thing right here in Clinton County. Anybody remember me screaming RICO about a year ago? Maybe longer. I smell it. It's coming. It's coming. So basically, if you look up the RICO Act, there's several I guess violations. All you have to have is 3 of those. And if you have 3, you can prove it, which we most definitely have here in Clinton County. And that's all it takes. I wonder if anyone's going to be in touch with Miss Oleski, the lawyer, charging the RICO Act in Highland County. I wonder how many Clinton County residents got that woman's phone number. Just shit. Or how many officials here that are just sick and tired of living under the rule and the shadow of corruption, and they're just tired of it. They're sick of it. You don't have to fear anymore. These people are cowards, man. They're I mean, they are. I mean, they have big shiny smiles, and they all their neighbors. Oh, they're just good people. They're just good people. No, they're not. No, they're not. And we've proved so many of these people to be liars. I seen. I'm in the process now of requesting my police report concerning Brett Ruddick and throwing hammers at his young children. I was told such a report didn't exist. Well, I say this to you, Wilmington, city of Wilmington. Mine does. You better hope yours does too. I'll be at the next council meeting because that chain of events went phone call, reported. Police department didn't take a report. Didn't follow proper procedure and protocol when it comes to reported child abuse, as they were supposed to do. Didn't contact CPS because they said, well, Tony, you said you were going to do that. Last time I checked, I am not a mandated reporter, nor am I on the city's payroll, nor am I on the county's payroll. So that means what? The mandated reporter should have done his job. Did that take place? No, it did not. So I noticed in Judge Ruddick's rant, and I provided this evidence, more evidence to the state. They said a police report wasn't even made. You want to bet? I got my copy, so I'm waiting for my response from the city of Wilmington, because I was told in an email, I believe it was from one of either the prosecutor or the city law director, that said no such report was made. That's a problem, because how this went is, again, I made the phone call, reported it as my conscience directed me to do, because I couldn't imagine just laughing this off, as a lot of people did, thinking it was a joke, because it ain't no fucking joke, you morons, you sick fucking people who think that's funny. You're disgusting. You are disgusting. I mean, to think of the long-term effects of what could have happened. Hey, what if Dad took off and, hey, let's play hammer chucking again? And you come back and there's a dead child in the yard. You fucking idiots. Or maybe at school, janitor leaves the hammer around. Hey, look what Daddy taught me how to do. Oh, sorry, Junior. Didn't mean to take your eye out. Anyway, phone call was made. Report was made. But apparently not. But then a podcast was made to where I think it was a month, maybe 2 months later, Chief Fitton seen that. He goes, wait a minute. He called us in. There was a report. He calls me and says, I need to make another report. Wait a minute. What do you mean I need to make another report? Chief, or former Chief Ron Fitton, why would I need to file another report? I've already done so. In fact, there's a telephone call that's saying I did that you provided me with. They're banking on this phone call like I'm somebody. I'm a normal citizen making a report. I didn't say, no, don't make the report. That's your jobs as mandated reporters, just like a school teacher. Not mine. Now, what they did from there, well, that's them. But to find out a report wasn't even made, oh, but that goes back to what Detective Baker said once, that Chief Ron Craven said to him, nothing about the law, nothing about Mr. Ruddick is to go on any police record. Well, I bet you this one does. So, anyway, the coddling and the protection of these fucking entitled criminals blows my mind. It blows my mind because, I mean, just because of who they are, who their daddy is, who their mommy is, that means that they can act recklessly and commit crimes? No, fuck you. I don't think so. Allowing a potential sex predator to roam the streets after working a chief detective's job for how many, 20 plus years, I think it was? BCI recommends Detective Riley for 6 criminal charges, one of them being a sexual fucking crime. A sex crime, and his mayor daddy makes sure he only gets 1 dereliction of duty. Really? Parents, moms, and dads who send your children to fucking work every day? Hey, would you appreciate that, knowing some man walked in their office and said, suck my dick or you're fired? Dereliction of duty? I'll tell you what I'm doing as a dad. I'm putting somebody in a fucking box. I mean, I'm fucking somebody up. That's the kind of shit that happens. That happened right here in Wilmington, Ohio. Read the report, people. That's disgusting. And there's some of you out there who thinks that's funny. Imagine that being your child, your little girl, going to work in a hostile place where, hey, she might have to fucking give some dirty bastard a blowjob or her livelihood is gone. How disgusting. How absolutely positively disgusting. And that guy's roaming around here free as a bird. After the highest level of law enforcement in the state of Ohio recommended 6 criminal charges for this fool. His daddy mayor made sure he only got 1. That's disgusting. And that's why these places are so fouled up. Excuse my language, but you know what? I'm really not sorry. Speaking of people like that disgust me. It really does. Because some of these little people that are around here laughing, they have daughters, and apparently they've not imagined them being in similar situations, and that's sick. That's absolutely sick. How can we allow this? How can even the women involved, you know, I don't understand. I don't. These people, all they want to do is go to work, earn a living, and take care of them, and feed their families and house them. And some of these places, they fear going to work because of what they may be put through by one of their coworkers or their boss. What kind of piece? And that's what takes me back. They're cowards, people. They're cowards. Nothing more. Cowards. They get into these positions because they were not so popular in school. Maybe they got bullied in school. But they go out and they get in these positions and they get this power kick. And they think they're somebody all of a sudden. No, you're just the same person with a fucking uniform on. But now you have a badge, or now you have a robe, or now you have a desk that gives you a title. But you take all these years of being bullied, and all this time of this hatred building up. Well, now they have power. Now they have a badge. Now they have a title. And do they abuse it? Lots of times, yeah. Those aren't the types of people that need to be in those positions. I think extensive psychological evaluations should be passed out to all of these people before being awarded these jobs. They're very important. Not just because, oh, I know Joe Bob. He's good people. I've known him since he was this high. He's good people. Really? Is he going off that? Or making big ass signs with your daddy's name on it and your name this about this tiny? Really, people? Or I hate this. I hate to think my fellow citizens, I really hope not, they're that fucking stupid. I don't think they are. But a lot of them live in fear. And that's because retaliation. Anyway, I can't wait for to wake up one morning and it's going to happen. And I just can't wait to see the list of names that are going to be involved in our local RICO Act. I think it's coming. In fact, I'd bet on it. So, local officials, I wonder if you wake up and your name's going to be listed on a RICO charge. Think it will? Is this what you went to school for? Some of you, 4 years, some of you 6 years, some of you 7 years. Is this what you worked your ass off for? Or maybe you're disgruntled. I deserve more. I deserve to have more money. So, I got a phone call. Simplify, God bless. I pray for these people. I really do.